is Sunday night, and you know what that means. It means we've all got permissions from our mummies to pretend to be racing car drivers this evening. It is the Sunday Night League, and we are here for a brand new season of GTE. We're at Trial Mountain for this first round. We had the prologue last week, but now we have got the official start to the season here at this American circuit on GT7. Thank you everybody that is joining us this evening. Now, this season we are in the Group 4 cars, so less power this season, but closer racing is expected for all of these cars. And we have 5 teams of 3 drivers taking part. Now, this season is a little bit different as well, because the teams were able to choose the same car as everybody else if they wished. That's why we had the prologue last week. Chris Boot is in the chat. He's saying good evening, Jan, and everyone. Good evening, Chris Boot. We are here. We're just looking at the defending champion, Victory Rain. He is driving for the JDRF racing team, which is Mrs. Jam's team. So JDRF Jaguar. He has got teammates in the form of Jim, returning to the Sunday Night League in GTE after a couple of seasons away, and Loey is also there in the Jaguar. Then we have the defending team champions, Scuderia Gazman, and they are represented, making his debut in GTE in Tulu. They have the Ferrari, and a nice Ferrari 75th anniversary inspired livery. So they have in Tulu, and the return of Wolfbane to GTE as well after a couple of seasons away. And they have Spekmir, but tonight they have the reserve of Yokas. So Yokas stepping into that Ferrari instead of Spekmir. Spekmir unable to make it tonight. Then we have DKS Racing, who are represented by the returning Digital Blasphemy, who has just got fastest in the Mustang. And their team boss is Matt Psycho. He is a 2-time GTE champion. He'll be looking for victory. He's not won yet for a couple of seasons now in GTE. He'll be looking to put that right this season. And they are also joined by returning Noxie, who is in the pits. He hasn't gone out yet. It's good to see all 15 cars are out there. Then we have Pat and his Spiker team, who have Spiker Aston Martin. So a combination of Aston Martin and the Spiker team that's formed in 2007 from the Jordan team. 2006 they formed, apologies. So they have Cool Boy and Tiger in that team, as well as Tiny Terror, who is in the pits as well. And then finally we have Team Chiquita Banana, and they have got Chris Boo as their team boss, and Rob on drums, who has raced over 100 times in the Sunday Night League. Fantastic representation by Rob on drums in this league. Speed Hunter, who had some great speed in the Porsche Cup, and also some good speed in the GTEs. And also finally Bunnies, our Canadian, great driver as well. So he is driving for the Ferraris. So we have a 10-minute qualifying session, which I will start in very short session, and I'll explain the tyre situation as well as the drivers get themselves ready for the qualifying session. Thank you everyone that is joining us here at Sunday Night League. We're getting ready for the qualifying. 10 minutes of qualifying. They have to, this season, use the tyre that they're going to start the race on. So they're going to start the race on that tyre. They're going to qualify on it, and they will then run their first stint using it. So let's start the qualifying session here at Trial Mountain. We'll go on board as well with the drivers to see this track in full. Full grid of 15 cars, once again here in GTE, here at the Sunday Night League. We are here every Sunday night. Please come and join us, like, share and subscribe, as always. Turn on that notification bell as well, so you can see a lot of softs, a couple of mediums and a hard runner in Rob on drums. Okay, let's see who first out onto the circuit. So we're on board with Cool Duboy, but we can see ahead of him is a car that... Let's see if we can find them. That's interesting. So, let's see who we've got. So I think it is Tiny Terror, if I can find him. There he is. Let's go on board then with Tiny, on board in the Aston Martin, the Spiker Aston Martin, as he comes through. Now, let me see where he is. He's going through turn 5 now, and then into turn 6. So it's a bit cloudy here. And we can see that Tiny is on the soft tyres. Now, the soft tyres has just been overtaken by Cool Duboy up ahead. The soft tyres are being used by Scuderia Greg Casman, DKS Racing, Spiker Aston Martin and Team Chiquita. Now the medium tyres are DSK Racing, so the Mustangs have got the mediums. JDRF Racing, the Jaguars have got the mediums. And then everybody is on hards apart from DKS Racing and the Mustangs. So the strategy tonight is going to be very intriguing. As we see Tony just going out of turn number 9, the hairpin at the end of the long straight. Lots of drivers able to do really good overtaking moves through there. Through turn 12, then down the hill into the braking area of turn 13. Before the long run down to the chicane at the end of the lap, turn 14 and 15. It's not really a chicane, more of an elongated sequence of tight right-handers. So there is the left and there is the right, and then we get onto the start-finish straight. So we're looking at lap times about 2 minutes. The soft runners might be able to get to 1:58 on a qualifying lap, so there is a lap of this beautiful circuit. We'll go on board through the first few corners though as well, because these sweep really nicely into each other. So into turn 1 goes Tiny, nicely clipping the apex of turn 1 and turn 2, keeping the car really planted to the ground, watching it slide. And there you can see the Spiker and Aston Martin mix, designed by Pat, the team boss. But up front it is Cool Duboy. He has the highest average points, and he won the prologue as well in a Jaguar, not the Aston Martin. So interesting that Pat's team went to the Aston Martin. All of these teams had the opportunity to decide their car after the prologue, and a lot have changed. We saw the Mustang very quick in qualifying at the Nürburgring last week. Pat Psycho's team have decided to use it, so he has got one, so has Noxie, and so has Digital Blasphemy. Thank you everyone that's watching us so far live here on Sunday Night League. Every Sunday night, thank you for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, tell me where you're watching from as well. So we can see, so 1:14.8 for Cool Duboy. Going through now towards turn number 12. Now keeping it nice and tight and tidy. Looks like his teammate Tiny Terror will not be far off his lap time, judging by the distance between the two. It looks fairly constant between these two beautiful looking Aston Martins. So Cool Duboy will complete the lap. You can see in the background Victory Rain in the Jaguar. Go and see his lap time. Wolfbane coming into the pits, deciding he wants a new set of soft tyres, as Cool Duboy completes his lap and will go fastest, as Tiny is 3 tenths off. Victory Rain going across the line. He's on medium tyres, the softest option. He's 4 tenths off. Matt Psycho on the softs. He goes quickest by a second over Cool Duboy. Tiger puts himself up into 3rd, only 5 thousandths behind his teammate. Speed Hunter in 6th place in the Ferrari. In Tulu in 7th in his Ferrari. Noxie, mistake possibly on his lap, in 9th place. We start to see the lap times coming through. Jim coming through in 11th. He goes up to 9th. Yokas in 13th. As it stands, comes across the line. He goes in 18th. doing the thing where it doesn't like to go back and see who is in the qualifying. So let's see the end of Digital Blasphemy's lap. He is in the same team as the pole position man, Matt Psycho. He's on soft tyres. So going through the final corner, chasing down the line, keeping it hooked up to the wall. What can he do? He puts it into second place. He's a second down on Matt Psycho and only just quicker than Cool Boy and Tiger. We have an incredibly tight grid then. Tiny Terror in 5th place in that Aston Martin. So Aston Martin Spiker looking very strong as it stands. Soft tyres for them. The top medium runner is Victory Rain in 6th, and then he is ahead of Speed Hunter on the soft tyres, with Intulu also on softs. Aloe on the mediums and Rob on drums on the hards. So Rob is going for the hards to start his stint, and so is Jim. So Jim is starting on hard tyres as well. Bunny's on the softs, and Noxie on mediums in his Mustang. So he's going a little bit different to his teammates who are on the softs. Let's see what Noxie's time does. Cool Duboy puts himself up into second place. So he's 4/10 of a second off Matt Psycho's time. Matt Psycho improving though slightly. So he improves his time. He's doing that thing again where it doesn't like us seeing what's happening. Noxie coming across the line then. What can Noxie do? Currently down in 13th place, but he's got a nice tow from the Ferrari up ahead of him. And he gets up into 8th place as it stands. Speed Hunter pulling him along. Victory Rain with the medium tyres in his Jaguar in 6th place, behind the group of Aston Martins, 2nd, 4th and 5th. Digital Blasphemy in 3rd place. Bunnies is there on the softs. Intulu getting some new soft boots on mediums for Aloe. With Yokas on his softs and Wolfbane also on softs. So Wolfbane hasn't set a time as of yet, so leaving it very late on in his Ferrari. Going through turn number 4. Tunnel. Hairpin. Into turn number 5. On board with the Ferrari is a beautiful sounding car. 458 Italia. Singing away in the hills, in the woodland. That Aston Martin helmet on still, Wolfbane. The glory days of Formula X still remembered by him. Matt Psycho though leads the field. He's half a second up in the Mustang. He's done a 58.5 and he's going for a pit stop. So he's going for one last run. Will he be able to get across the line? Yes, he will, easily. Cool Duboy though, he's on his outlap. Digital Blasphemy also on an outlap. Tiger on an outlap. Tiny Toe just starting his lap. They're all on outlap. Speed Hunter coming to end of his run. He's not pitted. He's decided to use that Ferrari. He's currently in 7th place. 1.7 seconds behind the pole position man. And he goes up into 6th place. So he's ahead of Victory Rain just about. Yay for the Aston Martin helmet. Nice one, says Wolfbane. Says Pat. So Pat's very happy to see the Aston Martin helmet still being used. So Victory Rain down in 8th place now. He's on medium tyres. He's ahead of Noxie by half a second. And ahead of his teammate Aloe by 7/10. So Yokas improving his time. He is in the Ferrari. He's 1.1 seconds behind his teammate. So Yokas is one of these drivers. He's a reserve, so he gets a late call up and he's into the race. So he doesn't have the knowledge of this car that the other drivers have. But he's still racing. Great to see Yokas back with us at Sunday Night League. Jim also, he's on the hard tyres, so he's leading the battle of the hards. Ooh, a little bit of a tap with the wall with Rob on drums at the back so far. 5.5 seconds behind the pole position time. But that is the difference really in the tyres. Hard tyres against softs in qualifying are going to produce very big distances. Matt Psycho deciding he's had enough. So it's Cool Duboy then that is going to have his opportunity. This is his final run. So his final run right now. Can Kulduboy steal pole position away from Matt Psycho here at Mountain Trail? He's shaking the car a little bit on the top of the brow of the hill, going into turn 14 and turn 15 at the end of the lap. The Spiker Aston Martin, Pat watching on as his Kulduboy will see the checkered flag. Does he put it into pole position? He's holding on to the wall, looking to get all the time he can. What does he do? He does not improve. Bunnies is up into third place. Bunnies has jumped up into third, and he will stay third. Great lap by Bunnies in the Ferrari. Digital Blasphemy then in fourth place. Speed Hunter has moved himself up into sixth. Tiger is getting towards the end of his lap. He's 1.1 seconds behind Matt Psycho. There is time to improve in that Aston Martin. Can he get closer to Kulduboy, his teammate, in the Spiker Aston Martin? All of these soft runners. Wolfbane improves his time in the Ferraris. You can see a gaggle of Ferraris up ahead. Intulu puts himself into third place. So that Ferrari has got pace. Tiger is not going to get the lap. So Intulu puts himself into third. So the Ferrari in third place, nearly getting Kulduboy as well. They're very tightly matched through the field. Tiger unable to improve. Speed Hunter in seventh. Tiny Terror also going to improve his lap time. So where is Tiny Terror? He's going to get across the line before Digital Blasphemy. So Tiny Terror in 8th place. Can he move himself up the field from 8th? Here he goes, cutting the line, and he gets into 6th place. So he's ahead of Tiger, his teammate. Digital Blasphemy improves his time and stays 5th. Gets himself ahead of Tiny as well, so it's incredibly tight. Look at these lap times. We'll have to look at the standings, because really 5th to 9th could be separated by a 10th. Noxie in 10th place. 11th place is Wolfbane. 12th is Aloe. Then we have Yokas and Jim and Rob on drums, but it's pole position for Matt Psycho. Half a second up on Kulduboy in the Aston Martin. Then it's 1/10 between him and Intulu. 4/10 between Intulu and Bunnies. So Ferrari looking very strong. And then Digital Blasphemy, Tiny Terror, Victory Rain on the medium tyres, and Tiger and Speed Hunter. So 1.157, 1.119, 1.066. So less than a 10th, oh, just over a 10th, separating 5th to 9th. That is where qualifying is in this GTE Season 5. Let's have a look at the qualifying then. There is Matt Psycho on pole with Kulduboy in second, Intulu in third, Bunnies fourth, Digital Blasphemy in 5th place. And then we have such a tight pack. Tiny Terror, Victory Rain, Tiger. So Victory Rain is our highest medium runner. Speed Hunter, Noxie, Wolfbane, Aloe, Yokas, Jim, and then Rob on drums is at the back. We have got an exciting race for you then. Matt Psycho is on pole with Kulduboy alongside him, but those Ferraris of Intulu and Bunnies looking to spoil the party, with Digital Blasphemy in 5th and Tiny Terror also up there in his Aston Martin. So 30 laps of Dragon Trail. It looks like it's going to rain, but we know it will not, because rain is not an option here at Trail Mountain. Matt Psycho on pole with Kulduboy alongside him, Intulu in third, Bunnies fourth, 5th is Digital Blasphemy, 6th is Tiny Terror, 7th is Victory Rain, and Tiger in 8th. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it is go here at Trail Mountain, and it looks like a good start from Kulduboy. Matt Psycho will have to defend into the opening sweeps. As we see in the middle, we can see a Ferrari bouncing with another car, but it is Matt Psycho leading from Kulduboy. Intulu sliding his Ferrari in the middle of the pack, and we see Victory Rain up into 4th place on his medium tyres. Fantastic start for him, as Bunnies is ahead of Digital Blasphemy, only just though. Digital Blasphemy getting a little bit of argy-bargy happening between them. Bunny's running a little bit wide out of turn 4 as they come through into turn 5. Tiny Terror on the outside of Digital Blasphemy. The Ferrari of Bunny's, he's dropped down a little bit. He started up in 3rd or 4th place. He started in 4th place. He's now got all the other cars chasing him down as they go through turn number 8 and down into the back straight. Here we go, on board then with Speed Hunter. In fact, let's go on board with Noxie because we have Speed Hunter ahead of us and the Ferrari of Wolfbane. So the Ferraris are teaming up. They're in different teams, as you can see. The Team Chiquita, Speed Hunter, and Wolfbane in the Gazman Scuderia. As we can see, going up the inside of both of them was a Lowy. So Lowy having a very opportunistic move. They're all fighting these 5 cars because Yokas is getting involved as well. Very good battling happening. Wolfbane now up into 9th place, pushing on, but at the front of the pack. Victory Rain down into 5th place now. Tiger in 4th, in Tulu 3rd. 2nd place is Cool Duboy, but leading the field is Matt Psycho. Cool Duboy running a little bit deep into turn 14. You see in Tulu pushing hard. Tiger has got the attentions of Victory Rain right behind him. Victory Rain getting a good drive out of turn 15 using the Jaguar. Trying to get up the outside of Tiger. He's positioning himself for turn number 2. So he's making sure that Tiger knows he's there, but there's nothing doing there. Tiger having to defend, compromised his exit of turn number 3, and Victory Rain positioning himself, having a look into turn 4. Tiger leaving the door open, and Victory Rain puts himself up into 4th place, but Tiger now doing the switchback. Tiger is on soft tyres, Victory Rain is on mediums, so Tiger will have more grip as we see Tiger then getting the switchback back on Victory Rain. And then behind we've got Bunnies fighting with Tiny Terror. So Bunnies in 7th place, so his start was not ideal. Started in 4th, dropped down, but he's getting himself back into the mix. Digital Blasphemy's had a bit of an incident. So Digital Blasphemy has hit the wall. So I don't know what happened there. He's got a lot of damage in the worst place as well to get damage. Going on to the main back straight, so he's now down in last place, but Matt Psycho is leading the race. He's just 1 second ahead of Cool Duboy. So Pat, again, brilliant livery from Pat. Once more with that Spiker Aston Martin. This is the Ford, and this is based on the 2024 Mustang livery. So is that GT3 livery? Matt Psycho, you'll have to tell me in the chat of the video after this. Let everybody know. Matt Psycho, though, making a mistake. Cool Duboy all over the back of him. So they go through turn 14 and 15. So Matt Psycho making a mistake as the sun starts to come out here at Trial Mountain. After 2 laps, it's Matt Psycho leading by 6 tenths of a second from Cool Duboy. In Tulu, in the Ferrari, is fighting in 3rd, and Tiger and Victory Rain are side by side once more, having an epic battle for 4th place. Tiger putting himself back into 4th, but compromising himself once more. Let's go on board with the Jaguar of Victory Rain, the defending champion, who fought back for that championship in the final race of season number 4. He won at Le Mans, a race with rain that took place. Rain was very odd. He didn't seem to accept it. Drivers pitted for intermediate tyres. Victory Rain did not. He kept going on, and the gamble paid off with the championship. Here we have Wolfbane fighting. So we've got 3 Ferraris and an Aston Martin. Let's go on board with the Aston Martin. As we can see, Speed Hunter having a look. Oh, we've just had Bunnies overtake us. So Bunnies has overtaken us as we go down onto the back straight. So Bunnies currently in 8th place. Team Chiquita, team boss is Chris Boo. Here we have to see this, Speed Hunter and Bunnies working together. So they go through into the light here at Trail Mountain. Up ahead, we've got Tiger and Victory Rain still fighting each other for 4th place. Victory Reign is just ahead of Tiger, so they're fighting very hard for the position. Let's go behind though and watch as Bunnies and Tiny are fighting once more. We're on board with a drone, following the cars through the S's. Tiny Terror in 9th place in his Aston Martin. Soft tyres starting to show wear. Yokas in 10th place. He's got himself up the field with a Lowy in 11. And Digital Blasphemy making his way through the field as well. So he's got the Jaguar of the Lowy up ahead of him, trying to get the position. Jim in 13th place. Noxie down in 15th place. So the Mustangs are leading the race with Matt Psycho, but they are lower down as well in terms of the team championship. So Matt Psycho leading with Cool Duboy keeping the pressure on. So Cool Duboy chasing, is getting closer through the corners than Matt Psycho. Tyre wear is pretty similar though, both on the softs. However, in terms of the teams, the hard tyre is the tyre for Cool Duboy's Aston Martin, whilst Matt Psycho has to run the medium. So it is very tight between these two. And Tulu's still in 3rd place, a lonely 3rd. He's 3.6 seconds behind Cool Duboy and 2.2 seconds ahead of Victory Reign. He's now trying to pull away from Tiger. So Victory Reign using the Jaguar. Pull himself away from Tiger. Tiger currently in 5th place. With Wolfbane, and Wolfbane has got Speed Hunter on his inside. Speed Hunter will have a look into turn number 8. Speed Hunter goes past Wolfbane, so Wolfbane will try and get the cutback on the Ferrari. They're both in the same car, so it's all about tyre management. And Speed Hunter actually has better tyres than Wolfbane. So Speed Hunter puts himself into 6th place, with Wolfbane in 7th and Bunnies in 8th. So 3 Ferraris closely matched, and Tiny Terror is keeping a watchful eye on them. Yokas in the background has got the attentions of Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy coming into the corner. Can he get through? Yokas holding his position against Digital Blasphemy, making a recovery after an early incident. Blasphemy looking to recover. Aloy in 12th place. Here's ahead of his teammate Jim. So Jim is on the hard tyres. Jim going a long way possibly on those hards. We've got Noxie, and then we've got Rob on drums, also on the hards. But at the front it's just Matt Psycho, but he is being caught up by Cool Duboy. Cool Duboy currently the fastest driver on the circuit. 158.5 on lap number 3. He's keeping in slipstream of that Mustang. Mustang getting a good run out of turn number 8 towards turn number 9. So that Psycho in 1st place, leading the race, keeping the pressure on. Let's go down towards turn number 9. Hard on the brakes once more. Cool Duboy just seems more comfortable braking later, but Matt Psycho is able to get onto the power early, but that Aston is closing the gap now through the trickier, tight complex. So the Aston Martin looking very strong in comparison to the Mustang. In fact, he's nearly pushing him round turn number 13. Head towards turn 14. Mustang pulls away. Aston Martin has to hold position. Drifting away from Intudu. Intudu though still competitive. But his tyres not looking as strong as the two in front of him. And definitely not looking as strong as Victory Reign's tyres. Victory Reign in 4th place. Sets his fastest lap of the race. 1.4 seconds slower than the fastest of the race. Oh, a lot of sliding happening ahead. Victory Reign mounting the curve. Really pushing hard as Tiger runs wide, but he keeps it pointing the right way. Pat's heart would have been in his mouth as he watched that from Tiger. Tiger in 5th place, keeping pressure on the defending champion. Speed Hunter in 6th in the Ferrari. He's got Bunnies behind him, and Wolfbane's dropped back. So Wolfbane has had a poor lap, and now he's got Digital Blasphemy behind him. Wolfbane and Digital Blasphemy are fighting for 9th place. Both of these are previous champions in the Sunday Night League, and Digital Blasphemy able to get up the inside. Has he hit himself up into 9th place? Wolfbane is there in 10th. A little bit of contact between the two, but all is fair in love and war, and Noxie has left the room. So Noxie has gone. Wolfbane unable to get back past Digital Blasphemy. So Digital Blasphemy getting himself up the field. Noxie though has left the room, so something's happened there. Jim is in 13th place, setting his fastest times, with Rob on drums just behind him. But at the front it is Matt Psycho, but that gap is 0.3 of a second between him and Cool Duboy. Cool Duboy is setting faster lap times. You can see it by 3 temps here, 2 temps there. You can see behind Intulu has got a pack of cars behind him. He's gone board with the Aston Martin, chasing the Mustang. Mustang looking wobbly as it touches the curb. Does Cool Duboy have a go into turn 4? He's looking. He's making sure Matt Psycho knows he's there. Matt Psycho having to defend the inside line now. So Matt Psycho, 2-time champion here in GTE. Cool Duboy has won 1 race officially in GTE. He won the prologue though last week, although that was using medium tyres for 2 stints, which he didn't use a second compound, which you can't do in this race. So Cool Duboy still putting the pressure on. They are pulling away though from Intulu. Intulu setting good times, just a second slower than Cool Duboy and Matt Psycho. They are really flying at the front of this race. They are pushing each other hard for this victory here at Trail Mountain. Thank you everyone that's watching us here on the Sunday Night League. We are here every single Sunday night at 8 o'clock for GTE. We have 6 rounds this season, and we've got a dropped score. So it's effectively 5 rounds, like normal, but we have an extra one, so if you make a mess of the race, you can come back and it won't count so long as you don't make a mess of the second race. So Matt Psycho does not pit. We're looking at the situation where these drivers could start pitting. Matt Psycho defending, but Cool Duboy just goes around the outside of him. Cool Duboy going around the outside and takes the lead. Fantastic move there from Cool Duboy round the outside of turn 14. Matt Psycho coming back at him though on the start-finish line. Matt Psycho takes the lead again. So that is an interesting move. Whether Matt Psycho did that on purpose, I do not know. But he is still leading, but he's compromised his line. They're touching each other. Very slidey through turn 8. Turn 3, should I say, on lap 8. So they are fighting each other hard. Get in there, says Pat. Pat is very happy with that move done by Cool Duboy. Cool Duboy is keeping the pressure on Matt Psycho. As I say, 2-time champion in GTE. He has not won a race. He's not been on the podium for 2 seasons in GTE, which is a long drought in any championship for Matt Psycho. But Cool Duboy is making sure that this win drought may continue. He's pushing hard. He's tucked into the slipstream. Will he make a move into turn number 9? Matt Psycho leads the race, but he's under all sorts of pressure. I wonder what Mama Sykes is thinking, watching her boy defend the race lead. Going into turn number 8, Cool Duboy going around the outside, but Matt Psycho able to hold on. And pushes Cool Duboy wider So they're setting slower lap times now. They are fighting each other hard. But fortunately for them, Intulu's falling into the trap of Victory Reign. So that Jaguar is coming into its own. The mediums on that Jaguar are really helping it. That Ferrari probably will pit. Does Matt Psycho pit this lap? No, he does not. Cool Dubois doesn't either. What does Intulu do? Intulu doesn't pit either. So they're all deciding to do another lap. Speed Hunter's kept his Ferrari's tyres nice and fresh. So Victory Reign in 4th place. As we can look at the front, Cool Dubois then 4.3 seconds slower on that previous lap than his fastest. So that shows you what fighting does. In fact, they were slower than the drivers chasing them. So Tulu has got all of the pressure from Victory Reign. Victory Reign pretty much pushing that Ferrari along. Going into turn 4, can Victory Reign get it stopped? Better than the Ferrari, he can. He puts himself up into 3rd place now. So he's into 3rd. Zintulu has the intention of Speed Hunter. So team bosses, Mrs. Jam, Gazman and Chris Boo will be watching this, watching their drivers fighting over 3rd place. They push each other hard. Cool Dubois has taken the lead from Matt Psycho. I think that may have been into turn number 8. Apologies, we didn't see that live. Cool Dubois then leading the race again. He's got Matt Psycho keeping a close eye on him. Matt Psycho's tyres look like they won't go another lap. So Matt Psycho having to think on his feet. What does he do? Will he do the opposite? Well, he can't go another lap, surely. Speed Hunter has put himself up into 4th place now. Speed Hunter and Intulu side by side through turns 10 and 11. Oh, Speed Hunter can't get it stopped though, and Intulu chops back up against his Ferrari rival. Speed Hunter gets himself up into 4th place now, moving up high. Matt Psycho into the pits. He cannot go another lap, but Cool Dubois is going another lap. So Cool Dubois in, Matt Psycho pitting. Victory Reign is not, Speed Hunter is not. Intulu is in the pits, as is Tiger. Bunnies is not pitting though. So the Ferraris, Chris Boo's Ferraris, seem to be less heavy on their tyres. What does Digital Blasphemy do? He keeps going in his Mustang. So we have all the tyres being changed. So Matt Psycho coming in to his stop. There he is, Mustang. Ready to go. Out he goes. Where does he come out now? Famously, there was an incident when we last raced here. Matt Psycho though, coming out in 7th place, and he is comfortably ahead of Jim. Now Intulu goes onto the hard tyres in his Ferrari, so he's gone onto the hards. So does Tiger. Okay, so these drivers are all going for their harder compounds now. Wolfbane, Rob on drums, has not pitted, and Wolfbane is now on his hards. So Wolfbane out of the pit, and so is Jokas on hards as well. So Cool Dubois having to make hay. He's got nobody chasing him. He's not being blocked. He has got to make an advantage of this extra lap on his soft tyres. I suspect he will be stopping at the end of this lap, which will mean that Victory Reign will have an opportunity to lead the race, although those mediums are not looking as fresh as I thought they would do at this stage in the race. So Cool Dubois in the pits, as we see then Speed Hunter also going into the pits in his Ferrari. So Victory Reign will take the lead. In the background we see Bunnies in his Ferrari as well, making his stop. So those soft tyres on the Chris Boo Ferraris, the Team Chiquita Ferrari team, look like they have lasted a lot longer. Team Chiquita Banana, as they've called themselves. So Victory Reign leads this race. Aloe will come through as well. So Aloe is going to put himself up into second place as it stands. So those Jaguars are now first and second in the race. Matt Psycho, though, chasing him down on fresher mediums. Cool Duboy coming out of the pits, though, on hard tyres. So hard for the Spiker Aston Martin driver. And he lost a lot of time as well. Lost 2 seconds, but has he fueled? He has. There's added fuel to his Aston Martin, so they're on different strategies now. So Aloe, we know Aloe is very difficult to overtake. He is a great defender. As we saw at Brands Hatch in the Porsche Cup, it was hard to overtake. This is not Brands Hatch, but it's still a difficult track to overtake on. Matt Psycho will have to be quick at overtaking him because Cool Duboy is behind him on the circuit. So on board then with Matt Psycho. He's got a better drive, it seems. Out of turn number 8, he's going to get past Aloe and pursue Victory Reign. So Matt Psycho in second place, puts himself up to second, makes sure of the corner ahead of Aloe. With Cool Duboy fourth, Intulu fifth. He has got Jim all over the back of him. Jim has been on his hards a lot longer than Intulu, so Intulu is getting used to this grip level, whilst Jim knows it. He knows it very well. He's currently in 6th. You can see here Intulu sliding that Ferrari through the corners. Fighting the back end with Tiger in 7th and Bunny's in 8th. Speed Hunter is 9th. This is Blasphemy in 10th place on medium tyres as well, so he's followed his team leader. Noxie unfortunately out of the race for DKS Racing. Tiny Terror in 11th. He's got his hard tyres on. Wolfbane now ahead of Rob on drums. And Yokas in 14th place. At the front though, it is Victory Reign in the Jaguar. He has not stopped yet in his Jaguar. And he's looking to see what he can do. 2-minute 1.4 for him. So he's lapping 1.5 seconds slower than his fastest lap times. Whilst Matt Psycho behind him is lapping nearly 2 seconds a lap quicker. Matt Psycho on some mediums, some fresh ones, compared to the worn out Victory Reign. Victory Reign, these are the softest tyres Victory Reign has to run in this race. He will be going onto the hards. And it is going to be interesting to see what these teams do with their tyre strategies. We can see Matt Psycho is on mediums, Cool Duboy is on hards, but he filled up with fuel at his stop. Cool Duboy's got ahead of Aloe now, so Aloe in 4th place, dropping back from his teammate who does make a pit stop. So Victory Reign in 1st place stops this lap, so Matt Psycho will retake the lead. He's now 5 seconds ahead of Cool Duboy. Cool Duboy's hard tyres slowing him down, as well as his pit stop time as well. You can see it's 3 seconds. 2.5 seconds longer than Matt Psycho's in the background. Aloe also pits. Aloe doing his stop. With Intulu in 5th. Jim carries on using his hard tyres. He's got Tiger behind him. I haven't seen much of Tiger in this race. Tiger in 7th place. I say we haven't seen a lot of him. He was having a great battle with Victory Reign. So Victory Reign, let's see where Victory Reign comes out. Does he come out near Tiger? So no, you haven't come out of the pits as of yet. So Bunny's also passing, Speed Hunter passing. There is a bit of a gap. Victory Reign's come out in 3rd place. That's why I've not seen him come out. He's come out in 3rd. So a brilliant stop there for Victory Reign. He's come out ahead of Intulu. That might be important in the race. He's got more fuel than Intulu as well. So I was expecting Victory Reign to come out around here where he was fighting Tiger before. But no, Jim holding position in 5th place. But Tiger has the opportunity now to overtake Jim. Going down the back straight. Bunny's behind Jim. What does Bunny's do? Does Bunny's bump him? No, he decides to make it 3 wide. Going down the back straight. This is why we like the Sunday Night League. Competitive racing everywhere. Bunny's and Tiger. Bunny's has put himself from 7th place. He put himself up briefly up into 5th, but he's dropped down now to 7th. And Digital Blasphemy, the 3 of them going side by side through turns 10 and 11. Oh, Jim dropping down now. Getting a little bit bullied. Out of position. Digital Blasphemy then up into 7th place. Jim down to 8th. You'll be thinking, what on earth has happened here? Speed Hunter having his opportunity then. Looking into turn number 14. And Speed Hunter puts himself up into 8th place. So Jim has had one of those laps where he'll be thinking, what on earth happened? I was in 5th place and I've ended up in the lap down in 9th. As up ahead we can see that Digital Blasphemy will be having a run on Bunnies into turn number 1. Digital Blasphemy up into 6th place. No, he doesn't. Bunny's holding on, squirming all over the track in his Ferrari, but he holds on to it. He's still sliding, but he keeps hold of 6th place. Digital Blasphemy up the inside of turn 4, cannot make the move. And in the background you can see Speed Hunter pushing as well, trying to keep the pressure on. Go on board with the Ferrari or Speed Hunter. Ahead of his Digital Blasphemy, and Bunnies is also in the Team Chiquita Banana Ferrari. Bunnies defending position. Up ahead, Digital Blasphemy going for a move, a little bit of a wobble between Bunnies. The Ferrari looking pretty quick in a straight line, but the Mustang does look like it's got a bit more horsepower as Digital Blasphemy makes the move up into turn 6. So Bunnies in 7th place. He's got his teammate behind him. Oh no! Speed Hunter has spun. The Ferrari getting light on him. Going over the crest of the hill. Oh, Tiny Terror will have had his heart in his mouth. Speed Hunter struggling to get the car spun round. He's lost a lot of time, as he's just now ahead of his teammate. He's lost 20 seconds or more. Aloe in 13th, Yokas in 14th. Yokas sliding his car. That Psycho, though, leading the race. He's 8.8 seconds ahead of Cool Dude Boy. He's 8.2 ahead of Victory Reign. Victory Reign on the hard tyres. And Tulu also on hards. His Ferrari looking very, very lively through turn 1 and 2. Victory Reign, a driver who has had 2 very competitive seasons in GTE, losing out the championship in season 3 to Illusion, but then winning the championship last season against Dan Robbo. Final race of the season to win it at Le Mans. Our next race here at the Sunday Night League is Yamagawa Reverse next week. And then round number 3 is as he looks at the championship. Round number 3 is at Sardinia. Round 4 is at Dragon Trail. Round 5 Watkins Glen, and then we finish at Monza. Thank you everyone that's watching us again Like, share, subscribe, put that notification bell on as well if you have not done so. We're here every Sunday night with the Sunday Night League. You're watching GTE Season 5, round number 1, and we're watching Matt Psycho leading the Mustang. He got pole position and he's leading here. Cool Boy, though, on hard tyres, is just 10 seconds behind. As the sun starts to set here in America, Victory Rain having a little bit of a slide in his Jaguar. He has done his stop. Whether he's got to do another stop, we do not know. Intulu in 4th place, definitely will. We have Cinemod in the chat saying epic stuff tonight. It really is, Cinemod. This is proving to be a fantastic category already. The move to the GT4 cars proving very, very fruitful. Diesel Blasphemy has got himself up into 5th place now. Tiger there in 6th place. It's a shame Cinemod isn't here with us, actually. It'd be great to have him back as Bunny's running a little bit wide, trying to fight with Tiger. We've got Jim still hasn't pitted. So Jim in 8th place has not stopped yet. Cinemod in the chat saying, giving me the itch to race. It really is. I'm watching this and thinking, hold on, get this wheel dusted off. Let's see what happens. Cinemod saying, next season I promise, Jam, wheel is done. He's been calibrating his wheel, that's why he's got a brand new wheel. Didn't want to risk it for this season, but he says it's done now. Well, you could have raced, Cinemod. Put yourself down as a reserve, possibly. Because here's Yokas, he's in a reserve position. Lewis Silver is saying good night, speeds up in Tulu. Chris Boo is saying that Cool Boy will have a chance if Matt Psycho has to pit again. Well, I think he does, but I think as well, I was going to say it's between Victory Rain and Cool Boy, but Cool Boy, no, I thought he'd pitted. The camera dived off into the background. Matt Psycho definitely has to pit again. He hasn't got enough fuel to finish this race, I don't think. But Cool Boy, it looks like he's kept those hards really well. Victory Rain in 3rd place. Intulu, don't know if Intulu has to stop again. He possibly does, but Digital Blasphemy as well probably does. Tiger and Bunnies fighting each other through turn 1. Tiger holding on. So, I wonder if Chris Boo knows what strategies are. Jim in 8th place, so Jim will drop down. Jim has to stop again. He hasn't made his stop for his medium tyres as of yet. Tiny Terror there in 9th with Wolfbane in 10th. Wolfbane in 10th place, he will have to stop. Speed Hunter has made a stop and put hard tyres on, or has he just refueled? Oh no, he had his spin, didn't he? That's why he's got a long stop time. Looks a bit like a pit stop. There is a Lowy in 12th place with Yokas. And then at the back, still on the tyres, he started the race, Rob on drums. 2:15 for him on his last lap, so he made a mistake on his last lap. But Matt Psycho pushing hard, 12.2 seconds ahead of Cool Boy. So Matt Psycho going for the strategy where he's going to have to overtake, I think, on track to win this race. So it's all to play for. Cool Boy keeping the distance between himself and Victory Rain. Victory Rain pushing hard in the Jaguar. Squirming all over the place. Those hard tyres. This is Blasphemy in 4th. I'm not sure. I don't think he can make the rest of this race on that fuel. I do wonder if they can all make the rest of the race on this fuel right now. And Tulu, I don't think can either. for sliding the Ferrari through turn number 2. Close together still. Still on the same lap. Bunny's now in 6th place. Qualified in 4th. Didn't have the best of opening laps, but he's putting himself higher up. He's trying to get into position where this race will come to him. Tiger in 7th place in his Spiker Aston Martin. Pat will be watching. Team boss cheering on his drivers. Tiger in 7th. There's Jim in 8th. Wolfgang 9th. 10th is Speed Hunter, and then 11th is Tiny Tower in the other Spiker. Below 12th. Jocas in his Ferrari. The reserve in for Speckmere. Doing a good job in 13th place. With Rob in 14th. He'll be pitting soon, surely, on those hards. Matt Psycho, though, leading the race. The sun shining here in the late afternoon at Trial Mountain. That man looking at his camera and thinking that was a good shot of the race leader. Going through turn 1, let's go on board with our race leader right now into turn 2 and turn number 3. So we're having a good race so far. Not as quick over the fastest lap as Cool Dude Boy, but I suspect we have got a soft run left from that Psycho on low fuel. So it will all be about what he can do on those tyres. Because if he can set lap times 3 or 4 seconds quicker than Cool Dude Boy, here's Cool Dude Boy on board with him. He's on hard tyres. But he sits in 2-minute lap time, so that's pretty good. Matt Psycho, as I say, can set 2 or 3 seconds a lap quicker than Cool Dude Boy. Then we have a race on. Cool Dude Boy is pulling away from Victory Rain. So Victory Rain in the Jaguar. Just not able to match the Aston Martin. It's just about 0.8 of a second per lap slower. It's falling into the clutches more of Digital Blasphemy behind him in the Mustang. Digital Blasphemy chasing down the defending champion. Teammate of Matt Psycho, but they've lost Noxie in this race. Don't know what happened to him early on. And Tulu in 5th in the Ferrari. The lead Ferrari for Gasman, Scuderia Gasman. 5th place for Tulu, sliding it through. Turn number 12. Down the hill to turn number 13. Bunnies in 6th place for Team Chiquita. Banana. Chris Boo, his top man. In 6th place. Ferrari looking a good race car again. And it was a good qualifying car in the hands of Intulu and Bunnies. They filled out the second row. So the Ferrari will be competitive this season. Tiger in 7th place. So every team is running hard. Here comes Jim. Jim has made his pit stop then. Finally, as Wolfbane defends his position against Speed Hunter. These two will be interested to find out what happened in the race, because you'd expect to see Wolfbane and Speed Hunter further up the grid than 8th and 9th. It shows the competitive order of GTE. It is very competitive here in the Sunday Night League. Top drivers can be anywhere in the field. Still waiting for Jim as he's passed by Eloy. So Lowy has Tiny Tower just ahead of him. And Rockass also getting past him. So there is Jim getting his pit stop. So he's getting fuel. Should be on medium tyres. He is. He's got half a tank of fuel. So anybody less than half a tank of fuel, I wonder, can they make it to the end of the race? Dubois, less than half a tank, so is Victory Rain. Diesel Blasphemy's got a quarter of a tank, so he definitely has to stop. Chris Boone saying, the sound of that Ferrari is so loud I can hear it in Romania. It's a beautiful sound. Let's go on board with the Ferrari of Intulu. We could have dual Ferraris. This one is chasing down the red Ferrari of Intulu ahead. Intulu having a bit of a moment into turn 14, sliding. It's great to have a red and yellow Ferrari battle. Team Chiquitas looking very nice in their yellow and blue. Tiger in 7th. Thank you everyone again that is watching here with us tonight. We are the Sunday Night League. Like, share and subscribe to us. We are here every single Sunday night. This is GTE, using Group 4 cars for the first time in an official season, and it's going very nicely. The racing has been very close. Speedhunter sliding his Ferrari through the first couple of corners. Wolfbane in 9th, his first race with us for a while, back in the competitive order. Tiny Terror in 10th place is just ahead of Aloe, but Aloe, his hard tyres are fresher than Tiny Terror's, so Aloe will be looking to make a move. Cinnamon saying Group 4 definitely seeming a closer competitive field. It definitely does. As Matt Psycho comes into the pits. So as Rob on drums makes his first stop, Matt Psycho coming in for his second. So that means Cool Dubois will have an opportunity to take the lead. So Cinnamon saying, very enjoyable to watch. They're very enjoyable to race as well, these Group 4 cars on GT7. I think they're more fun to drive than they were on GT Sport. Digital Blasphemy also in the pits, so the Mustang's coming in. So they're going to do 9-lap sprint. Intulu also into the pits, so he's going for the sprint option as well. He's maybe doing a response to those that he's racing with. Matt Psycho then. He's not letting me get onto Matt Psycho. There he is in the pits. Out he comes on soft tyres. So Matt Psycho back on the softs. Careful, Matt Psycho. Bunnies is approaching you. Oh, we could have a repeat of what happened in season number 2. No, it doesn't happen. Season number 1, apologies. Chris Boo, I missed Chris Boo's chat. I'll go back and see. Matt Psycho, 1 second ahead of Bunnies. It nearly happened. It nearly happened, ladies and gentlemen. Tiger there in 5th place. Speedhunter now in 6th after the pit stop. Digital Blasphemy also on the soft tyres. Wolfbane will be pitting soon as well. He's running out of fuel. Soft tyres for Intulu, but he's getting past Aloe. 16 versus 19, round 2. Let's go, says Pat. Exactly. Although I think Matt Psycho is disappearing on those soft tyres in the background. We can see Tiny Terror, Pat's driver, fighting with Aloe for 10th place. So Aloe has the better tyres in terms of the hard freshness. Tiny Terror might have more power in his Aston Martin. Yokas in 12th place. Has now got Jim behind him on his mediums. And Rob on drums is on the soft, so he's going for a sprint towards the end of this race. Cool Dubois nearly 10 seconds ahead of Victory Rain. What's the gap between him and Matt Psycho? It is 16 seconds with 8 laps to go. Matt Psycho has to do 8 qualifying laps, pass Victory Rain, and then you'll have an opportunity to get Cool Duboy on the last lap. It is literally as tight as that. There is Bunnies. So Bunnies falling back a little bit. Tiger just can't quite get onto the back of Bunnies ahead of him. Wolfbane coming into the pits then for his last sprint. Digital Blasphemy all over the back of Speed Hunter. He has the opportunity to get past, to get up into 6th place. Going for the move into turn number 1. They're side by side, and Digital Blasphemy gets the move done, although it runs a little bit deeper. Unsettles the Mustang, but it's okay. Up into 6th he goes. Now it's about pulling away from Speed Hunter. Speed Hunter on those hard tyres, and Tulu is on soft, so Tulu will be chasing down Speed Hunter. He has an opportunity to overtake Speed Hunter. Aloe and Tiny still fighting each other very competitively, but Matt Psycho, he's just flying through. He's 14 seconds now behind the race leader, who has just lapped Rob on drums. So 201.2 for Cool Duboy, and that's roughly where he's been the past 4 laps. Leads the race. He's on hard tyres. Matt Psycho in 3rd place, hand over fist, quicker than the 2 cars ahead of him. He gained half a second in 2 corners there. Towards the end of the lap, what does he set here? He could go for fastest lap on this lap. He does, a 57.9. So there you have it. That's 3.5 seconds quicker than Cool Duboy. So at the end of this lap, I'd expect to see Matt Psycho all over the back of Victory Reign. At this pace, he is flying through. Showing that the soft tyre option is possibly a very, very competitive one. With Digital Blasphemy setting his fastest lap of the race in 6th place, and he could very easily catch Tiger, keeping this pace. So 5th place not out of the question for him. And Tulu looking fast as well. So they're all setting lap times 2 seconds a lap quicker than those of the drivers they're chasing. So Matt Psycho, there we have him, chasing down Victory Reign. So Victory Reign knows what's happening. He's got Matt Psycho all over the back of him now at the end of the lap. Pat has left a message, but Victory Reign on the inside holds the position and keeps himself in place. So Pat on the chat says, I've watched motorsport for a long enough to know not to get excited until the end, but I'm getting the horn and leg twitch. He thinks the victory might be his and Cool Duboy's, but he's nervous because Matt Psycho has got past Victory Reign. The gap is 9 seconds. Victory Reign, though, has not given it up. The defending champion says, hold on, you'll have to work harder than that to pass me. And he's really trying to put the wind up Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho, though, has the better tyres. And he's starting to pull away very quickly from the defending champion. Victory Reign has got the hard tyres on. Bunnies is up in 4th place, having a very competitive race in the Ferrari. And he's comfortable enough ahead of Tiger. But now it's the race at the front. 6.5 seconds between Cool Duboy and Victory Reign. Victory Reign also able to catch up, so Cool Duboy having some trouble. He did a 2:02 on his last lap. So he cannot afford to do those with Matt Psycho able to do lap times nearly 4 seconds a lap quicker than that. He's lost a second on his fastest lap. But Cool Boy, he knows he's got a car between himself and Matt Psycho. That is the car of Rob on drums. Here we go. Sparks flying here in the Sunday Night League. This is what you come to watch every Sunday night. Our races are never over until the very end. We've had championships decided by the final corner of the season as well. Tied championships as well in GTE in terms of the teams. First ever one was a tied championship. It went on countback between Gasman and Chris Boo. Interior in 7th place. Gasman's team, Scuderia Gasman. The best start maybe for the defending champions, but it is a very competitive order. Bunny's up in 4th place. Bunny's back on form after a very difficult season number 4 for him. Matt Psycho doing a 59.1. Cool Boy a 2:03.1. It's 4 seconds a lap. Cool Boy cannot answer the pace of Matt Psycho. To remain in 3rd place, sliding that Jaguar. He's going to get a podium, which his championship was based upon last season. Podiums every single round, and he was able to take the championship on the last round. Everyone that's watching us, like, share, subscribe to the Sunday Night League. We are coming into the last 5 laps of this race with Cool Boy leading for Aston Martin, the Spiker Aston Martin of Cool Boy, but he's struggling for pace because you can see behind him Rob on drums is in an opportunity to unlap himself. So Rob on drums is lapping quicker than the race leader. The race leader is struggling for pace. His hard tyres, though, are not fully warm. So it's Cool Boy feeling the pressure of Matt Psycho catching up. I wonder. Let's go on board with Cool Boy. So Rob on drums, there is the race leader in front of us. If I go, there is the 2nd place driver, and he's pulling us out of the way for Matt Psycho. So the top 2 then. Matt Psycho saying thank you to Rob on drums. Only 1 second covers the top 2. Matt Psycho's just set his fastest lap of the race and the fastest lap of the race so far. And he's lapping so much quicker than Cool Boy. The race leader is under pressure. This is lap number 27 of 30. Matt Psycho has the pace and a little bit more. He doesn't have to overtake as soon as possible, but he will try, I'm sure. Lovely view of the circuit. Matt Psycho is better on the power. His soft tyres are helping him out of the corners. Cool Boy having to do what he can out of turn at number 8, but it's going to be Matt Psycho that will overtake him on the back straight. There he is, taking the lead then. Matt Psycho just a nose ahead of the Spiker Aston Martin of Cool Boy. Will he get it stopped in time for turn number 9? Into the sunlight they go. And Matt Psycho in 1st place now. He's put himself up there. He's got Cool Boy falling backwards. The Aston Martin has only done 1 stop. Matt Psycho has done 2 with his strategy. Softs and mediums for him. It was softs and hard for Cool Boy. The sparks flying from the Mustang into the Aston Martin. Just over 3 laps to go here at Mountain Trail. The driver in 3rd place in the picture is Rob on drums, but he's setting times that are competitive with the race leaders. He's keeping that Aston Martin honest. So a 1:59.2 The 2:01.9 from Rob on drums, 2:02.2 from Cool Boy. So Rob on drums is going faster than the man in second place in this race. And he's going faster than third place. Victory Rain's tyres are looking warm. He's on those hards. He has not got enough time though to make a pit stop and come out ahead of Bunnies. He would not do that. Bunnies in fourth place with Tiger in fifth. Digital Blasphemy all over the back of him. We said this was possible. So Tiger has now got the pressure that his teammate had, and it's gone the same way. Digital Blasphemy able to put himself up into fifth place. So Pat, with his shaky, twitchy leg, still shake and twitch because Intulu is chasing down. And there's enough time, 9 seconds between Intulu and Tiger, and the pace is quick enough for Intulu to catch up to Tiger. He's pulled away from Speed Hunter nicely. Aloe in 9th, Tiny Terror in 10th place, Wolfbane in 11th, and he's got Jim just behind him. Jim setting his fastest times as well. Wolfbane not having the easiest of laps on his previous lap. Jokas in 13th, and 14th place is Rob on drums, who's got ahead of Cool Boy. So Cool Boy, really struggling for pace, has been overtaken by the man in last. So he's dropping down now. I don't think the gap between him and Victory Rain is enough. Victory Rain is going to have to rely on mistakes from Cool Boy. I don't think the gap is enough. The fuel starts to flash. Psycho though leading. 2 laps to go. As I say, he hasn't won for 2 races, for 2 seasons in GTE. It's been a very difficult time for him in this championship, but it looks like it will be a return to the winner's enclosure for him, because he's a horse. Cool Boy in second place, a good fight for him, and Victory Rain also in third place. If we have a battle between these 3 and more for the rest of the season, we are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Cool Bunnies has got Victory Rain. Digital Blasphemy all over him. Digital Blasphemy going for 4th place. I didn't see this coming. But Digital Blasphemy getting himself up into 4th with those soft tyres. Can he hold the position? No, Bunnies is keeping himself there. Into turn number 8. Bunnies will hold. Bunnies does not have to concede. Oh, he just gets taken by Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy then getting himself up into 4th in that Mustang. So good race for them. I wonder what would have happened if Noxie could have stayed in the race as well. Bunnies in 5th place. Will Bunnies have a go into turn number 9? He has the possibility, and I think Digital knew it and decided to defend it. Oh, that front right is smoking. Oh, Bunnies is sparking. But it's Digital Blasphemy getting himself into 4th, 5th place. Then Bunnies is starting to wear that front out. Tiger in 6th. And Tulu, I don't think, has got enough time. He's 5 seconds behind now. As we see, Cool Boy 2.25 for him. Matt Psycho on his final lap. Oh, Rob on drums has slowed down a lot. He's maybe had an accident on that lap. Matt Psycho then. Nice and easy, Matt. Back to winning ways, he hopes. If he completes this lap, he won't be counting his chickens yet. Anything can happen. Those front tyres look absolutely shot on that Mustang. So front tyres are looking really poor. But he's using that car very well indeed. Our only driver team boss Looks like he is going to put another victory on the card in GTE. Cool Dubois though, very, very fast. But just running out of time at the end. The tyre advantage was there from that Psycho. He took it and he's driven as hard as he could on those tyres. He could not do another lap. So Matt Psycho coming down now into turn 14 and 15 for the final time. The Mustang driver is going to take all 25 points here at Trail Mountain. At round number 1 of season number 5, it's back in the winner's enclosure for Matt Psycho because he is a horse. Matt Psycho winning on his Mustang. Cool Dubois putting in an excellent fight in second place. Well done to him. Victory Rain closely following in the Jaguar, the defending champion, back on the podium for him. And Digital Blasphemy in 4th place. A good day for Mustang and the Fords. A good return for Digital Blasphemy as well. He had a spin early on in this race, so he was in contention possibly for a podium if all had run well. Bunny's in 5th place. He's happy with that in the Ferrari for Chris Boo. Tiger in 6th place. 7th place is in Tulu. The top 7 covered by 40 seconds. Speed Hunter in 8th place. He will be hoping for better things to come in the next 5 rounds. Lowy in 9th place, safely in the top 10. So he's backed that up. Different strategy run by the JDRF Jaguars. Matt Psycho in the chat saying, phew, what a race. It was epic. And then we've got Wolfbane. And just in the background, we've got Jim and Tiny Terror. Jim and Tiny Terror crossing the line. Wolfbane has just finished, and Tiny Terror and Jim covered by a 10th. What a finish that was. Between Jim and Tiny Terror. Yokas in 13th place will be coming towards the line. There is Rob on drums in 14th place. And Yokas, good reserve drive for Yokas. As I say, last minute call up, replacing Speckmere, and Yokas in 13th place for him. That's like I was saying, those pit stops were a lot longer. Well, there he is, the winner of round number 1. We don't get to see them very much now, but don't worry, because there he is, the winner of race number 1 in round 1, season number 5 of GTE here at Trail Mountain. Pole position for Matt Psycho is saying he didn't get fastest lap. Well, let's have a look at that. Hey, you did get fastest lap as well. There we go. Sam Duncan in the chat saying much longer than when I did the simulated races as well, the pit stops. So Matt Psycho in first place, 10 seconds ahead of Cool Dubois. Third place was Victory Rain with Digital Blasphemy in 4th. Bunnies was in 5th place for Chris Boo's team Chiquita Banana. In 6th place, Tiger for the Spiker Aston Martin team of Pat. In Tulu for Scuderia Gazman. In 7th, Speed Hunter in 8th. Then we have Aloe in 9th. 10th place is Wolfbane. 11th is Jim. 12th is Tiny Terror. 13th is Yokas. 14th is Rob on drums. And unfortunately, DNF for Noxie. I don't know what happened to Noxie, but we will find out. But Matt Psycho winning here at Trail Mountain at round number 1 of season 5 of GTE. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you all for liking and subscribing. And that is race number 1. Join us for race number 2 at Yamagawa next week, 8 o'clock. GTE here at the Sunday Night League. Go and tell your friends about us. We're really good.